Yo, what's up? I'm Big Tank, and we're about to learn a little bit of Ableton today. I'm getting into production now, and I really should just be working on the equipment. Also, like if you want to bring up a mallet, like let's say you want to change the sound. I don't know what this is going to sound like. And whatever sound you want, just bring it up. Right? If you want a piano, that's more of an accordion bell. And then on here, all these things down here will change your sound. Now let's say I'm like, okay, I like that sound. I don't, but let's say I did. Let's go to a bass. You take this bass and you do the same thing. Now, right now I have two audio tracks here, right? We want to right click. It'll ask you, you want to insert an audio track or a MIDI track? You have to use MIDI tracks when you're plugging in instruments, right? Audio tracks are for vocals. MIDI tracks are for instruments. So we click MIDI. If you want to, you can just touch it and move it up so it can be next to the other instrument. And now let's take a bass. Let's see if we can find like a bass sound. All right, so now if you want to record, as soon as you put the sound on here, this will automatically go into record. You don't even have to do anything. So now, if you want to get that, push record. And you see how it quantized everything? So if I messed it up, let me do one that's more sloppy. See, it's always going to put everything right on beat, right on rhythm. So it's just an excellent, excellent, excellent tool to have. Once you put this thing on quantize at 16, don't touch it again. You're good. Matter of fact, I'm going to see if I can just set it so it automatically just defaults to that. Right? Now, so let's say you like that. Now, here's something that's real easy and snazzy. Let's say you want to make this longer than one bar. You highlight both, like so, right click, and just push duplicate. Now you got a 4-bar loop, or a 2-bar loop. So now we're gonna pull this out. Let's bring this in, like so. We can delete this one. And now we're just gonna push record. So now we have a nice 2-bar loop, and we've been able to add different things, different dexterity to it. Now, of course, I would do way more, but I'm trying to teach you guys some stuff right now. Really, it's just on teaching you how to use the equipment. So now let's go to MIDI again. We're gonna add another instrument. We're gonna take this. I like to have all my sounds together. Matter of fact, you can just delete these for now. We're not cutting vocals while we're making the beat. All right, so. I don't know what drums they have in here. It says drums, so let's just see. You get what's called a drum rack. You see this thing right here? Just drag it over. And then from there, you should be able to just load up a sound, like sounds. Yep. All right, so the drum rack will be what I will get you guys later because I'm gonna give you like better sounds than the ones you have already. So, but all of these will come with every kit that they give you all these kits though. So, I mean, it's enough to start for sure. Like the machine comes with these kits, which is awesome. All right, so let's go get like an 808. Most of you kids like 808s. Can I turn it up? That's an 808 kit, core kit. All right, so now we're just gonna put some drums over that very rudimentary beat. Double click whenever you wanna start on one, and that'll make all the difference in the world. All right, so now I just laid down. Now, you can't really hear it. Now you go to each of these are what's called tracks. You want to turn down that gung, 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 gung. It's right here, right? So I'm going to play it. Now let's turn down the bass. All right, so let's do that again. I'm just going to lay some more drums down. That's your kick, percussion, snare. If you can't do what I just did, just do them one at a time. So it'll be like this. 2, 3, 4. And then you can add the drums right after. That makes sense? Now let's say you're like, oh man, I just wish my kick was louder. You know, you can go into this gain and turn up the kick. The gain is right here. So if you want to turn the snare up, let's get a hi-hat. All you guys like hi-hats, right? So now I'm just gonna add a hi-hat to this, right? So you're gonna push record. Right? Cymbal. You don't want to go crazy with these sounds, but I'm just showing you how to get to everything. And everything's just gonna show up right on the keyboard. So. Now, what's happening now is interesting. This is cutting it off. So like you can't hear the cymbal, right? The hi-hat's being cut off. I mean, the cymbal's being cut off by the hi-hat. See? So if you want to hear it, you go click on the drums. It'll tell you hi-hat, so-and-so, so-and-so. That's your cymbal, open, and that's your closed hi-hat. So if I want to hear it, I just take that out and take this one out. Now it'll stop as soon as that one plays. Watch. Kind of snazzy, right? Now, I'm going to show you guys even more editing stuff that's really important. Now that you got like a simple drum pad, a simple drum track. Let's say you want to like do like what's like all the trap stuff that people are doing now. And I'm going over a bunch of stuff. So right now that grid's on 32. So if I just take this right here, I could just draw like that. Now that's going to go. See that? That's kind of cool, right? So now we go. Now here's a whole other thing. Quantize settings, grid settings, all this stuff right here. you can also put this thing on what's called a triplet grid. Triplet is like when you hear something go tit, 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 tit. So here, I'll show you what that sounds like. So we're gonna tell it to go to a triplet grid, and all it did, it put a T by that 32. You guys see that? So now, if I wanna go and roll those, and let's make these ones triplets. And you'll hear the rhythm change. Did you hear that? It went tit, 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 tit. All right, so now these are in 16ths. So now let's go, let's just go bonkers. Let's do something crazy. Let's make this narrow. Because if we make it narrow now, remember, narrow makes these numbers go bigger. So as soon as I touch it, it goes bigger faster. So let's make it really narrow. Narrowest. So now as soon as I pull it down, now look at those, that's 128. So let's do these at 128. And we can do 128 triplet. Let's just do it. Let's just see what it sounds like. Go to here, right? And then this will be 16th again. And then let's do some more at the end here. Like, hey, let's just see, what this is gonna sound like. It may sound crazy, it may sound great, but you're just being creative. And then we're gonna do it again here. Actually, let's do this one even faster. Let's just see what that sounds like. Here we go. Ready? Let's get it. Double click, always to start at 1. Aha! Wasn't that bad. And you're just messing around. Now say you got a cool beat going, now you're like, oh, I want something different now. You want to add another sound. Let's go over it again. You're just gonna add MIDI, bang, like that. Right click over here, and you tell it insert MIDI track. Then you go over to your instruments, our sounds, and let's get like a string this time. Let's just put this over here. So you want to do that. Make sense? And because we have quantize on, we like it. Now let's say we want to mess with that last note. We can come here if we want to like roll it. Let's say we want to go like that and then like this again. Let's just see what it sounds like. All right, so one thing you're gonna learn really quickly, stuttering sounds, not so much. Stuttering drums, sounds great. Not so much sounds. You wanna let the note play all the way out. So we're just gonna drag that back out. Let's see what it sounds like.